welcome to the Gracenotesstitchers. I'm Corinne.
I'm Colleen.
And we're a mother-daughter stitching team. And we are a Flosstube YouTube video about cross stitch. So if you are interested in cross stitch, you're in the right place. If not, scroll on by. Anyway, we're very glad to have you here with us. We have a few things to get caught up on. We've been doing a lot of stitching lately. Colleen's got a few finishes, so we'll show that off. We've been busy, really busy. I just got back from a college tour at Appalachian Bible College. It's where my son wants to go to school in the winter. The spring session starts January 10th. So that's what he thinks he's going to do with his life. Well, the first step in his life, Bible college. So that was full and exciting. Yeah.
Dad drove 14 hours.
In 2 days. My jaw surgery is on hold. I know you guys are asking about that. So that's on hold for now. But before we get into our stitching things, I have a favor to ask you. So Thanksgiving is next week, and we are thankful for you all. We have 164 viewers, I think, or subscribers now, something like that. And we're so thankful for all of you that you take the time to watch our videos. So what I'd like to ask you to do is email me a copy of a photo of you in your stitchy spot with a picture that you have finished or what you're working on right now. Just hold it up. Or if you have a photo or one in a frame, stand by it because I want to see all of you. But I'm going to make a special tribute video for you guys at the end of our next video with a special Thanksgiving song. So anyway, that's my special request for all of you. We're going to go ahead and get started with our whips. Colleen, you want to show your first?
Yes. I had worked on this, like I had put this down a while, and I think this is my favorite project to work on because I just don't want to ever take it out of the keys now. So this is Fans of the Far East, and the last time I think you saw the pink fan. I had already started working on it, but now there's a lot more fin to it. Got more of the green stems. In each, and there's going to be 3 fans. There's some sort of flower in them. And these ones look like, oh, they're right there. The flowers in this one look like, they're purple. These look like water lilies or something. Right on the back.
So this is Fans of the Far East. It's from the Oriental Odyssey. The first whip I'm going to show you is something little. So I belong to the, I'm a stitchie for Creatively Stitching with Amanda. And she released a stitch along for the stitchies. And every 3 days she releases a part. So I obviously don't have anything I can show you because she doesn't give us a picture to begin with. So this is what I've gotten worked on. I mean, the rest of this, so okay, first I'll show it. The reason that the bottom is done is because that was released in part 2. Part 3 has it filled in with the face and everything else. Can you get my mug?
Oh.
So, I have only got a part of that done. I'll finish the face. I'm hoping to finish that tonight. I'm not sure how that'll go. And I did tell you I would report on how that's going. It's a neat group to belong to. We had a contest in October to see which team. She broke us all up onto teams. I was Team Flossie. So my team, we kicked behind. We worked so hard. It was this, she had 8 teams, and we were competing to see who stitched the most stitches. So it didn't matter what you worked on. We counted our stitches. And there was a special prize for when you won, or for whoever won. And we were in first place. Like, we came out strong. We were in first place. And then we kind of started to wane, and we saw some teams with some really big stitchers on the team. So the one stitcher was carrying the team for 2 of the teams. And then as we were going in the week, we went in second. Next week we were in 3rd place. And another girl and I, we were motivating our team, like, come on, we can do this. We won the prize. And
I remember this week.
So the last weekend, I posted a photo of what I knew the prize was going to be. I'm like, come on, reach for it. I'm dangling your little carrot. And when you know November 1st, she announces.
Yeah.
Are you want to talk about when I found out?
I think she was walking in there.
Oh, I won! kind of freaked out a little bit. My kids were laughing at me. So, you know, that was worth it. Proud to be a Stitchy. And yes, I've drunk out of it. And it holds, I think, 16 ounces. But my coffee only comes up to here, so that's a good thing. And so I won this, being in my group. And we're going to do a Zoom call with just my group. And we're all going to sit and have coffee and stitch together. So there's some cool things about belonging.
So for her two, like her twin sisters, they're the twins. She customized a mug. She went through a company and it arrives, and she's holding cups up. Yeah, they arrived the same day, but she's looking at them.
And like, they look a lot alike, which is okay. And they were, which meant I knew that this was the right size that I wanted. So now I'm really happy.
Size.
Yeah, I'm really happy because my sisters drink lots of coffee too. You want to show your next product? I showed this one. You want to show your next?
This one I have not pulled out in a while.
Since I'm going to take a second and see this before you.
Since Mania. This one is called the Governor's Palace.
Your blended threads look amazing.
I actually blended threads. So, like this wall that I did, it's like 3 different symbols I did, but and since some of them were blended with, like they were the same colors, sometimes mixed with each other, so there's maybe like 4 or 5 colors in there.
Now, I don't know if this is still available or not. It's Ronnie Rowe Designs. Governor's Palace. We actually bought this in Williamsburg. And it says Colonial Williamsburg right on there.
Yep. So I'm making this for my grandfather. He has one at his house, like at my grandparents' house. Like
it's a pub.
Yeah, it's a pub. Or no, it's a tavern.
Wow, tavern.
But
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's Chowning's Tavern or something. So that's framed, and it has like a bunch of like they're not cross stitched. Chinnings. Okay. So there's like little picture things. They're not cross stitched, but they're cute, and they're like 4 things around that. And I know my aunt is stitching something similar to the Governor's Palace. Like it's still like Williamsburg theme thing. So actually, when I found this, I was like, I want to do that.
And it's above a piano.
Yep.
All right. So for November in my semi-sane stitches, we are doing Connect 4, and I connected my 4 projects by being stitch-alongs. These are all finishes, correct? Okay, so I'm going to show you all of my stitch-alongs, and I'm not counting my little Flossie. Okay, so this is my update on Grimm's Fairy Tales. This is Clouds Factory. Again, there's no photo. It's a once-a-month thing. So I finished this in here. That was July. I just finished July. I'm working on August, which is going to be Sleeping Beauty down here. So I'm really happy about how this is turning out. I already got 1,200 stitches into this month. But I got a lot of ways to go. Hoping to finish that. I don't know if it'll be finished by Christmas. So that means, I don't know. Do I need to discipline myself and say I can't do Clouds Factory next year if I don't finish this by December?
What?
I'm definitely doing, you'll see in my haul that I got the next stitch along for Frosted Pumpkin. So this is November. I think I only have like 600, 700 stitches in this. I'm not quite done with November. And I do need to get 1,000 into it to count for my Connect 4, but it doesn't matter. I'm finishing November because I am up to date. I'm hoping to get December done immediately as soon as it's released so that I can get it framed for my husband for Christmas. Whether I frame it myself or
you have to pull
get it framed, I don't know.
I said you have to pull an all-nighter for that.
Yeah. And then the last one was, yeah. So I don't know if I had shown, I don't know when we made our last video. So this is as far as I have gotten on my stained glass, but I did since November 1st get close to 2,000 stitches into it. I did have to take her eye out. You'll see this is
No, you took her eye out.
Yeah, because I have to take that out and fix a little bit. We'll move it a little closer. But I think that's turning out pretty fantastic. I love the color in it. And again, I have to decide, am I going to unroll it and do the whole thing before moving on to Cinderella?
How big is the, like how far down you have the head? Like
it's this long.
I know, it's like 14, but like how much of the body do you see?
I think it's down to below the waist.
Wow.
Yeah. So you could see some of the dress. Let's move into Colleen's finishes because, you know, I don't have one.
This finish, these are all going to be towels, but I don't know if I showed this already. This is a I call it the rose band towel. I think you could get what that means, but I do feel like I showed this, but this is for one of my aunts.
The Aunt Stacy?
Mm-hmm.
You may have shown that one.
Mm-hmm. Because I finished that a while ago. So I finished my. See, some of these I like. Well, I didn't work on them.
This is the one Grammy started.
Mm-hmm.
So we call that adopting a project.
Okay, I adopted a project and I finished this adopted project. That one is for my grandmother, and yes, you said you started it. So I'm trying to work on these towels. I have one towel and one bread cloth to work on, I think, and I want to get those done in time for Christmas so I can just give them all to them. But yeah, some of the towels I just worked from when I first showed them. I had worked on Mania, so some of them you didn't see. Like the strawberry towel, I don't think I had worked on it since Mania, so now it's finished. So you haven't seen this one for a while, but this is.
So she's allowed to start a lot for Mania, isn't she?
Am I allowed what?
You're allowed to start a lot.
Oh yeah, next year. But yep. So those are my finishes.
We're not going to be the people who start 31 new projects. We talked about it, and we kept dates of when we started things. So if our May 1st project is not finished, we're going to work on that on May 1st of Mania. On May 2nd, if that project is finished, we can start a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's not finished, we have to work on that project. Kind of at least anniversary some of these projects.
So like I would say a lot of my projects I started for Mania are smaller ones. So I probably can start like 10 new ones next year.
Yes, I rolled my eyes at her because I'm jealous. I finished 2. All right, so I promised a little bit of haul. So Frosted Pumpkin did have a sale this past week, so I did order a couple little things. I let my husband help me pick some. Just a few little things. I made a video of how to start cross stitch. So if you are a brand new stitcher and you're watching this, this is what Flosstube is. I had somebody in one of my groups say, Flosstube's not what I thought it was. All they do is talk about their projects. Well, yeah, this is how we share with you all what our projects are. But I made a video for beginners because there's a lot of people asking for those. So one of my Frosted Pumpkin projects is for beginners. So I'm actually going to do a stitch with me and kind of go through the project. I'll speed up some of the boring part. But yeah, it'll be a couple part series and I'll record myself as I go and give hints as I go. This, on the other hand, is a stitch along for the wreath, the Christmas wreath. It's going to take, I think, 10 months, but it starts here in November. And I think it's so that we can have it done by next Christmas. So I did order the kit. So it came with Heartland Cashel from Picture This Plus, but I didn't unwrap it. I didn't even I did nothing because I wanted you all to see it. So this has been sitting, I think it arrived the day after I made the video or the day before, and I totally forgot. And then here is my DMC. They have it all, oh, you can see the DMC, I'm sorry. What you can't see is my pretty casual linen. And then what you might have caught a glimpse of, I'll hold it next to the fantastic packaging they use. The buttons. Apparently they're sold out of these buttons right now.
What are the buttons?
They're planning on getting more somewhere in the wreath.
Oh.
It does not use any specialty threads from what I can tell. There's 310, Blanc, whole bunch of different colors. But it is all DMC. Whereas the Animal Almanac that had some of the Moulin, is that what they're called?
The drip comics?
No, Moulin is that. I forgot what they're called. The ones that have the metallic threads in them. But this is Cashel. I picked even weave because you know me. No, Cashel's not even weave. It's my choices were linen or Ada.
Yeah,
so I went with the linen. Because in my Q-snap, I don't hate it. And I mean, my Frosted Pumpkin is a not easy stitch, but I love working on it. I love the colors. Look at these Christmas colors. I mean, they have pinks in there, and I don't know.
It's gonna be cute because it's Frosted
We got to see a sneak peek, and of course, there's a little free pattern on the back. I can't show that to you because that's theirs to give away. It's a little cupcake.
Okay, you got the digital version.
I did get the digital, but it's not here yet. They don't release it until it's released. But I got the needle minder. You know, it's all in packaging and it's all in marketing. Because if they didn't have some of this stuff, I don't know if I'd be so tempted. You know, part of the Animal Almanac, did I say that right? Almanac, was getting that special needle minder. I mean, there's just something about it. Of course, I love these colors. So,
And they're cute animals.
They're cute. They're very, very cute. So I'm very anxious for this to begin, obviously. Do we have anything else that we need to share?
Oops.
That's okay. I'll get it once.
And then yesterday I got a shower, my hair was wet, so I had my sister braid it. And then I took it out this morning.
She's got beautiful curls today.
I don't think you've really seen curls. I'm really calling it wavy, but yeah. Then we did a little with my bangs.
Yeah. My orthodontist, he goes, "Did you do something different with your eye makeup this morning?" And I just kind of looked at him and like, no. I mean, I had them do my eyebrows. He's like, oh, okay, maybe that's it. And he walked away, and I went, hair color. He hasn't seen me since my hair's been dyed this color, but I didn't tell him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So I had been reading my Sidetracked Home Executives, and I said that I would share some hints to help you guys be a little bit more organized along with me, so that, don't look at the room we're in. This is my girls' playroom.
Why do you say playroom? It's more like your...
It used to be your playroom.
Yeah, it used.
But it's their schoolroom, and it's a disaster in here.
Like, Leanne has 2 tables set up with Diamond Art, and she's been going away at Diamond Art. She finished.
I can't wait to show you some finishes.
No, we already showed you the finished one, but she was almost done with one she started like last week.
The tiger, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there's stuff everywhere, but we want to be a little bit more organized so that we don't feel guilty for all the time we spend stitching. So I'm ignoring some of what they say because, I mean, I don't watch soaps, but they're like, cut out your soaps. That'll help you have the day. But if you're a soap watcher, then you're watching it while you're stitching probably. So, you know, we're not cutting those out, right? We're not cutting out our shows.
Yeah.
We stitch during our shows. Anyway, the hint for today is no more lists. And you're like, but I live by lists. Okay, if you've already made the lists and you can stick with them, sure. But when you have a mountain full of work to do and you want to sit down to make a list of what needs to be prioritized, that's your mistake, because lists are a side tracker, because you just list everything that needs to be done and then you have no energy left to do it. So instead you look at the mountain and you take care of what's on top. And then you move from there. So you take it little pieces at a time. That's the hint.
Anyway, it's the reason why we, I wouldn't say why we do it, but why we watch Flosstube is cool. You see other people's projects, and sometimes you can be like, oh, I want to stitch that. Because I know we've watched it, and I'm like, oh, that's gorgeous. I want to stitch that.
So, you know, we call that enabling. And yes, Flosstube, I'm kind of glad to hear that we've enabled some people. I may be sorry that I enabled you. Your husbands may be sorry that we enabled you. My cart video has had a couple hundred views. So I've heard of people buying carts because they saw my cart video, which to me, I'm really glad that I was able to help them, but I might be sorry for them that I helped them. I don't know. I'm glad because I wanted to get as much information. You'll also see like my Lowry. And you know, if you guys already have these tools or aren't interested in the tools, don't feel like you have to watch the videos. You could hit a thumbs up to get me more points or however YouTube works, but don't feel like you have to sit there and watch through it all, because these are for people who are interested in those products. When I went to buy my Lowry, I found one video, and it was Kay's Creations versus Lowry video, and it was excellent. And that's actually what convinced me. I couldn't afford the Kay's Creations. It's not that it's bad. One thing that she showed me was like that thing has a boom on it. So when it swings, she's like, you got to be really careful that it doesn't smack into things. I'm like, oh, that's something to consider. But just being able to see, and I had a bunch of attachments that this person didn't have. So everybody always asks, like, what attachments do I need from the beginning? So I made my Lowry video for those people. And then I gave them a link, and then of course anybody else can watch it. Same thing with the Omnique. You know, people ask me questions about that. So like, just let me make the video and then I can show you. The French knots. I had somebody say, hey, Corinne, did you make a video on French knots? That's you, Laurie. But anyway, I'm like, I can do that. So I quick made one. I was at my parents'. There's background noise. I apologized for that, but it was for one person, but it might as well benefit other people. So that's what those how-to videos are all about.
Yeah, I would say being up at our grandparents, especially when there's the cousins there, it's not really, there's no quiet time. But when there is, it's peaceful.
Yeah, it's one extreme to the other, because we have 6 kids under the age of 8, and it's 4 or 5 of them are boys. So they're like all over the place, all over you, and jumping on each other. And then they all go home along with their parents. So 6 plus 4, 10 people go away. And then it's like, it's silent here. Like, it's eerie silent.
So we're going for Thanksgiving.
Yes, we're planning on going for Thanksgiving.
Which Alan will actually be able to go up with us.
Yep. He's gonna have to drive separate, because he can't get off when my husband's getting off. But that'll be nice. But as long as everything goes well, I am taking new medication. I'm off my old medication for my arthritis. So yes, you won't be seeing quite as much stitching. That's also why I'm working on that little flossy, because it's Ada. But I can still only stitch probably 100 stitches in a day right now. My old medicine has left my system, and I'm really tired. It took a lot of energy to go to West Virginia. So when I came back, I did nothing but rest. I'm back to teaching, mostly FaceTime. And then we have a women's conference this weekend at church. And then, you know, we're supposed to go away, so got to rest up. Not sure if the trip, I'm going to be able to make the trip or not.
So yeah, today they had an orthodontist appointment. The dogs got their haircuts.
Yeah, we have some cute doggies, but they left.
But the lady, she put like bows on their collars.
Little
so
Thanksgiving ones.
It's like a fall, like our Paris has a fall one. It's nice and brown. It has like maple leaves on it. And then Twyla's totally her because of like her personality. I think it might have a turkey on it, but it just says gobble, 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 gobble.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
She matched them. It's cute.
All right, I'm leaving comments for you. No more lists, unless you already have them made. And you live by them. You got to live by those already lists that you have.
That means if you're an organized person.
That means you're already organized, though, probably. So work on your little things at once. If you're trying to get work, I'm not pushing you. Just a lot of times on Facebook, we see, you know, I feel guilty. So you want to get away from feeling guilty for spending your stitchy time. I don't clean after my kids are in bed. I mean, once in a while I get a cleaning urge around midnight, and I'll
like if we're, you know, I
clean out the microwave or something.
I put a blanket on or something. Like usually it's our living room that gets the clutter. So before we go to bed, we just fold up the blankets, put them aside, and
try to make it presentable for the next day.
Make sure the footrests are closed.
So if we don't make a Thanksgiving video before Thanksgiving, we're going to say Happy Thanksgiving, but get those videos to me, or pictures. Our email, I will put that below, but our email is Gracenotesstitchers. So there's a couple S's in there. Gracenotesstitchers@gmail.com. And I'm going to compile a special video just for you guys, because, you know, we love you. All right. Well, happy stitching. Bye.